On this particular meditation, it's probably one of my, if I hadn't been stoned before, I guess I'll be stoned on this one. But it's a truth that I think needs to be brought out. I wrote, Jesus simply preached the gospel and church folks had him killed. If your preaching never upsets church folks, then are you preaching the same gospel that Jesus did? Jesus preached the good news. And in his preaching of the good news, it irked some of the religious powers that be because they wanted everything to center on them, their power, their thing, their enterprise. Isn't it ironic that we're living in that type of day right now? That everybody wants to talk about their organization, their fellowship, their this, their position, their brand, their conference, their Young Preachers Alliance, their everything. And it's so little about the gospel. We've made enterprises. We've built empires when we were called to build kingdom. Look, folks, if your preaching never upsets church folks, it never rattles them that are trying to maintain control or trying to keep this or keep that in place, then are you preaching the same gospel that Jesus did? Jesus once wrote that I came to set variance against. That means animosity, brother, sister. One's enemies will be those among his own household. Are you preaching what Jesus did? If your preaching never makes church folks mad, if your preaching is always celebrated, never intimidates, never irks anyone, are you preaching the same gospel that Jesus did? I know we're in the social media age and everybody likes the likes, we like the followers, we like the acclaim. But every now and then, your preaching should rattle some. Every now and then, and I'm not talking about outsiders, it should rattle some in the church who have grown complacent, who've become soft on sin. I once had a talk with Elder Bishop Craig Bayman, and he said, isn't it amazing that the evangelists of old that were always sought out were those who came to win souls. Now the evangelist that's sought after is the one that can raise the most money. I used to get a lot of preaching dates in some circles, and I found out that those particular circles were more concerned about raising money than all the time even holiness being preached. It's like, how many can you bring? What can you put up? Regardless of whatever you're preaching, because some can come and preach popcorn. As long as they bring a lot of money with them, they're always invited over and over and over again. Look, folks, are you preaching the same gospel that Jesus preached when everyone in the church hears you and nobody ever gets mad? Question for the hour, question for the minute, question for the ages. When we set our own polities, our own unwritten rules, we add to the gospel. But if you preach the gospel, the good news, the written word, the holy writ, somebody in church circles ought to be getting upset. Check your preaching. Because if no one ever in the church folk crowd ever gets upset at what you preach, ask yourself, are you preaching the same gospel that Jesus did? Jesus simply preached the gospel and he ended up on the cross. How can you preach the same gospel and you only be celebrated? My morning meditation. God bless you.